Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. To continue lecture number 3, now we are in lecture number 4. Since we discussed in lecture number 3 that there can be threats, 4 kind of threats for hardware, software and data as well. Okay, so for hardware, the threats is can be interruption. Interruption is like denial of service, no service being responded, there is a high traffic. It can be in the form of the interception, means like theft of hardware. It can be in fabrication. Substitution means the hardware has been replaced. And the fourth one is the modification in hardware, like hardware errors. The next one is about the software. The interruption can be like deletion of the software, uninstallation of the software, or the corruption of the software. Second can be interception, modification and the fabrication. Okay, so the most important thing is the interruption of the software. In the data, it can be like interruption, it can be the loss of the data, interception of the data, modification and fabrication. So these 4 threats are involved in these 4 categories. So as it says that when designing a system, we need to specify the threat model. This is important. Set of threats we are defining. What are the different threats? Whom do we want to stop from doing what? So this is important, that which person is stopped from doing which activities in an organization. Methods of defense against threats. Okay, what are the different methods? This is very important and interesting thing, that we must know how we can defend our system and how we can defend our organization from threats. The first one is prevent it, second is one deter it, third one is deflect it, fourth one is detect it, and the next one is recover from its effects. So there are some are proactive and another are reactive. Okay, so prevent is just proactive. You prevent your system from the attack before it has been occurred. So by blocking the attack or by closing the vulnerability, that is important how to prevent it. Deter means like you have control, or you have the capability to deter the attack, to uphold the attack by making the attack harder but not impossible. Sometimes the attacks are harder, you cannot avoid it, but you can deter it, you can make a defense. Okay, deflect means just like to give another path, or just like a honey pot. You can make a honey pot for that one. So by making another target more attractive or less one, and one less. Okay, so you can deceive the attackers to go to another dummy computer, or to go to another computer and save your assets. The next one is detect it, means how you can gonna detect it, like either as it happens or sometimes after the fact. Okay, so detection is before it happens, or sometime it has happened but you detect, oh, there was some problem in my computer, or there is some problem in the network, or some viruses came, or some attackers came to my computer. Or and then the next one is about these last two. They are more about reactive, okay, rather than proactive. So recover from its effect. Let's suppose your computer or your organization has been affected by the different malicious softwares or malicious malwares. Okay, so how are you going to recover from there? Do you have the backup for it? Do you have what are the mitigation strategies for it? So mitigate the effects of the attack is important. So these are the different methods for defense against the threats. Here in this slide you can see a complex system, that how your system resource can be saved from the different attacks. Okay, this is called defense in depth. Okay, and often we deploy many controls to defend against the same threat. For example, if there is on the left hand side, you can see intrusion attempts. Intrusion is like attacker attempts. On the left hand side you can see many attempts are there. The first thing you can see over the external prevention. You can see a block or a wall which is preventing them from the intrusion to being enter into the system. Okay, and after that one you have external deterrence. Okay, the big block in which the system is residing on the right hand side, system resource is residing. In the inside the block, if you see it on the left hand side, there is an internal prevention block. Okay, the internal prevention, when the attackers cross the external prevention, then it hits the internal prevention wall. Okay, after hitting the internal prevention wall, there is just like a honeypot kind of a thing. In a honeypot is a dummy computer in which you test the thing, what kind of attackers are there. So you can see over here there is a detection or a detection mechanism. You can see the bits over there, what kind of the patterns of the data. Sometimes the irregular patterns, the anomalies can tell you about the different threats and attacks. Okay, so these are the Fox environment. Fox environment means just like an artificial environment or just like a fake environment for to see and analyze the attacks. And then we have then it can reach to the system resources, and there can be a response as well. So when you detect it, you can respond accordingly. You can just like what you can prevent it, and you can deter it, and you can deflect it, or you can detect it, or the last thing, if it occurs, so how to mitigate the effect of the attack, or how you can recover back. So these are the multiple controls you can put on your system. Okay, this is from the courtesy about the Charles Flagger book, and it is the figure number 1.06 in the book. Example of defense. Okay, what are the different example of defense to give you idea about that how the system looks like, or what are the simile and what are the resemblance of a system. So we will give an example of a house. Okay, for example, what is the threat? Okay, for a house, your house may get broken by dacoits, by the robbers, or by the thieves. Okay, how to defend it? Yeah, it means you prevent it. If someone tell you prevent it, so what does it mean? Means can you absolutely prevent it? It can be yes if you are strong enough, and most probably the answer will be maybe. And the second one is deter. Deter means use proper keys, proper doors, means you can defend it. So you have a strong doors, you have a strong key, so it means you have a strong deterrence against the attacks. And the third one is the deflected. Deflected means just like you give another path, or you just like put a sign that you have an alarm. Okay, for example, if there is an if you can put the CCTV cameras, or you can put some sign that you have an alarm if you enter it, if the robbers enter it, so you will be informed about that one. Next one is about detect it, use alarm, CCTV cameras. Okay, so yeah, the CCTV cameras usually comes in the detection. Deflection is just to give to move the attackers, or to move the robbers to move aside, give another path. Okay, but the CCTV camera is for detection. So in the system you can see, and it can use the alarm as well. So deflection and detection go side by side. And then recover. Okay, so how you gonna recover? Yes, for example, if the thing has been robbed from your home, if your gold has been robbed, or if the valuable items have been robbed, so then you have insurance. Okay, you can recover by that one. Similarly, in IT, if your data has been stolen, or your hardware has been broken, or your hardware has been malfunction, so you must have a backup for the hardware, and you must have a backup for the software and the data. Example of computer defense. What are the different example of computer defense? Cryptography. Cryptography means like to give a different shape to your data, so that the people could not comprehend it, the people could not understand that one. Protecting data by making it unreadable to an attacker. Means the attackers could not read it. Even if they read it, they could not understand it. Authenticating user with the digital signatures, like signature are important, that from where this digital documents are coming. This is important, so that they could not non-repudiate it, or they could not repudiate it that it's not from us. Okay. Third was authenticating transaction with the cryptographic protocols. Okay, for example, if there is some important transaction from the banks or from other organization, that can be authentic, that we must be sure that this transaction is from Samba Bank, or this transaction is coming from the Raji Bank, or there should not be any phishing attack. Next one is ensuring the integrity of data at rest and communication. Okay, how to make sure that the data has not been changed while the data is in computer, the data is in a hard disk, the data is in the USB, in the cloud, or when, and how to ensure that the data is not has been changed while communication from one computer to another computer or from one cloud to another cloud. Example of computer defense. Okay, software controls, how you can have software controls on that one. That can be like a password. You can put a strong password, at least 8-digit password with a different like a hash key, or like a hash symbol. You can use it, you can use the underscore in that one, you can use the ampersand sign in it, you can use the percentage sign in it, you can put the dollar sign in it to make it more complicated. Operating system separates users data and actions. So the operating system separate user data and actions from each other. Okay. So important thing about this operating system is that the users data, they can separate it and action from each other as well. That is the beauty of operating system. We can have the antivirus as well, like McAfee. We have Norton, okay, and Semantic as well. And then we have a structured development tools and methodology to enforce quality of a source code. Okay. We must have like tools for developing the good quality of software, the good quality of code, so that vulnerability should not exist in that one. So nowadays we have a modular approach. We make the modules and then link the modules with each other. And the last one is software firewalls, that how the software firewalls can be installed. It can be hardware firewalls, it can be software firewalls, it can be a internal parameter firewalls, it can be an external parameter firewall. So various kind of firewalls exist in our industry. Hardware controls, yeah, through hardware is how we can enforce security. We have a fingerprint readers. For example, if you want to allow any person to enter into an office or into an organization or to attend someone, you need a fingerprints reader. You have a smart token cards to open the gates. Circuit boards that control access to the storage media, means whenever you want to enter to a storage media, you must have a circuit boards. Firewalls, we have IDS and IPS. IDS stands for intrusion detection system, and an intrusion prevention system that makes you alarm for any attacks. And the next one is the threat prevention system, how the threats can be prevented. Threats can be prevented in case if the attack is launched. Physical controls, we have a protection of physical access or hardware itself, just like a locks. We have guards and doors. That is the physical protection. Policies and procedures. No, we can have a non-technical means of protection, not allowing user to install wireless access points, so that because it is a easy way to be hacked or to hijack our resources. Password rules, strong password, 8 digits with the special characters. Employee recruitment procedure is important. Recap. So what we learned in this course, the most important thing is what is the purpose or goal of this course, what is the security, what is the privacy, key security principle, two principle for attackers and one for us. Who are the adversaries? Okay, what are the challenges? What are the assets, vulnerabilities, threats, and attacks? We talk about the types of the threats and the method of defense. Okay. What will be the next in this in module number 2? We almost finished module number 1, okay, with a 4 lecture. We will study about the cryptography, what are the encryption overviews, symmetric cryptography and asymmetric cryptography. These are very important and the main crux for the information security. So those who are the lovers for the cryptography, so join us on module number 2 with the lecture number 5. Thank you for being with us. Stay tuned with us. Thank you.